Hey guys, this is not a walkthrough. I feel like I have to explain more in depth. Actually, not more in depth, more clearly of what I was saying in the last walkthrough towards the end of my live stream. Okay, they had to pretty much end their relationship in order to focus on what's more important than just husband and wife, basically. All right. Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, Aya pretty much was being, a certain way because she was more important. She's thinking that everything else is more important than her, love life. But eventually, Bayek comes to terms with it. He officially ended it. It did hurt Aya a little bit, but at the same time, she understood because there was too much going on, man. There was way too much going on, and like I said, that's how the creed came about, and they realized having a family, as far as a son, a wife, that's too many ties. That's too many ties. You're risking yourself. If you're going to be a part of the creed, you're risking yourself of pain. Basically, you'll lose the incident, like their son, where his son was murdered and all this other stuff, that could possibly happen again. That's what I'm saying. Technically, they did not want to end it, but they have to. They have to end it for the greater good. But like I was saying, that reason why I was saying that they still loved each other, they still do. They really do. It's just that, hey, you're doing something for the greater good. And, I'm pretty sure, based on what I read in the tomb, because there's an Easter egg in the tomb that people fail to realize, because, it's quite simple. You just got to read the Egyptians' language on top of the freaking wall. It shows that Bayek and Aya still loves each other, but they're pretty much, how can I say it? They pretty much have to do something else before they can actually sit down and actually spend their time together, basically. Yeah, they're separated, but they're still married. They're separated, but they still love each other. That's pretty much what I'm saying. They're doing something for the greater good for right now. Because, it's... I mean, you gotta read I know people can't read Egyptian, but there's people that put these tombs in there, these tombstones you can actually read for yourself. But there's an Easter egg in there that you have to know how to read Egyptians to know about. Okay, guys, I'll make a video about that, translate it for you guys. But there's more to Aya than what you guys think. Okay. Like I said about Bayek, how they think it's blasphemous to speak his name upon. It's not technically blasphemous. It's more like Bayek is so hidden. Just like Aya. She no longer use the name Aya anymore. Unless she's around Bayek. That's the only name that, meaning everybody forgot her name. They only address her by some other name. But yet Bayek addressed her as Aya, you know what I'm saying? So she may have detest Aya, but at the same time, Bayek still uses that name. So they're buried under the same tomb, although that it's symbolic. The simple fact that Aya fell down to the freaking fell to the floor. She fell to the floor way deep down there, not that deep, but if you play the game, you'll see that Bayek's tomb is up, Grave's tomb is up, and hers is down, but they're still close by. But there's a gap between their relationship. It's symbolic. There's a big gap between their relationship. It's not a bad gap. It's a gap they still love each other, but they love each other from a distance. But every now and then they come together. You'll see it throughout the whole game. Throughout the whole game, you play this game. That's what their relationship is like. They go off and do their stuff they gotta do. Then every now and then they come together. And that tomb, the way they died, they were buried together at the same time. Not the same time, but like close together. But then there's a gap once she fell down there. It was very symbolic. If you think about it, if you play the game, or if you've been watching my walkthroughs, and you see how Bayek and Aya are throughout the whole game, it's just like that when they, in their tomb. So I just have to have to be very clear what I was trying to say to you guys. Technically, it's still technically they may have ended it together, their relationship together, but technically they're still in love with each other. They just had no choice. So that's pretty much what I was saying. Somebody gave me a dislike on my life, and I think it's because of that. I wasn't basically explaining it clear enough what I was trying to say. And if it's still not clear enough, I would have to actually make a walkthrough later on next month, or probably next month, where I can be able to edit the video and every other stuff, explain it better. Why the heck did I press the X button?